All right, here we go. Good morning. This is Coffee and Chat with Rev Bruce. Good to see you. Good to know you're out there. Today, I'm going to be taking the first part of a multiple part series and doing it on the gig economy, side hustles, things of that nature, and how to increase your income in this gig economy. And this is perfect for those who might be unemployed, who might be students, who might be looking for additional part-time work, those who might be retired. Um, there's some positives to it, and some of the positives to it include flexibility. You can create your own schedule, and from there, not only create your own schedule, but you can also modify your schedule easily. And that flexibility right there works for a lot of people who might be in situations where they may need to change up on the fly or even increase the volume of what they're doing. And so that's where this comes in. And so when you look at this is not just simply saying, okay, go out there, get another part time job. This is for how you can do it with a certain skill level or with no skills and continue to increase your income in this economy that is definitely shifting. And so, as we look at things, let's look at them from another perspective. Let's look at what the data says, and the data says it like this, right? Um, 1 out of 4 Americans are planning to start a side hustle this year, according to Small Biz Trends. 1 in 3 people in the U.S. are already engaged in some form of side hustle venture right now, starting this year. And there are 46% of those involved in side hustles that are motivated by the prospect of creating a passive income. And we'll get into passive income shortly. But when you look at GoRemotely.com, they say 67% of regular full-time employees intend to leave their full-time jobs for a gig. That's 67%, right? And around 34% of the workforce were somehow involved in the gig economy pre-pandemic. So this isn't just something that happened because of the pandemic. This is something that was pre-existent of that. And also freelancers in the United States added about $1.28 trillion to the gig economy in 2018. So think about that. It's lucrative, and one of the other upsides to this whole idea of the gig economy is you're also not limited in how much you can make, and so there's really no ceiling in how much you can make, and there's no conflict in where you can make it from. Some people, for instance, drive for Uber and Lyft. They have both mobile apps and sites to their advantage, and they utilize both programs in order to increase their income and increase the variety of their opportunities as well as the volume of their opportunities. And so let's think about that. Here are some examples that I provided based upon where people might be in the gig economy. And so there's online income. You can write for sites like Medium, where they publish your article and you get paid by views. They used to get paid by hand claps. That's changed, but that's different. You can blog. Your blog can serve also as a website, and you can get money from advertising, AdSense, different affiliates, things of that nature that are on your blog. YouTube is still the second largest search engine, and people are constantly getting engaged in YouTube in order to make money. And then you have affiliate marketing, and that's a wide expanse everything from Amazon to Share a Sale and other sites like Rakuten, where you can use affiliate marketing. Digital products. So if you develop an app, if you do an ebook, have a subscription service, anything like that, that's a digital product, you can make that happen. And you also have services that you can provide as a freelancer, as an individual. You can go on Taskrabbit or even Fiverr, and storefronts like Etsy and Zazzle. One of the things I didn't put on here were surveys. You can do surveys, daily polls, things of that nature on sites like Swagbucks, and they'll give you even not even cash, but gift cards, and you can cash those out for different rewards based upon where you rank on the site as far as points earned. So there are numerous ways to earn money for online income, and then you have other gigs and side hustles: Uber Eats, like I mentioned before, Lyft, DoorDash, Postmates, Instacart, Grubhub, and Shipt. And so take those into consideration. When you look at some income is passive income where you put it out there and it generates sales and it's ongoing. And so you'll still make money as long as it's online and available and it's still out there and supported, and you'll make money, receive it via PayPal, Stripe, other services. Those things come in. Some even still go old school and deliver checks. Some just transfer to your bank. It all depends on how that service is set up. And so you want to make sure that when it comes to passive income, those things are set up to where it's not just something that's trending, but something that will continually be available and work for you. I'll give you an example. I have a Zazzle storefront, and on Zazzle, I still get paid from items that are I set up a couple of years ago that are still online that still sell seasonally. So probably next spring I'll get a couple of sales from what I created that was centered around the resurrection, the Easter time. And so those items, still sell and people still pick them up and buy them. And I don't even promote them that much. And so think about it. Those are one avenue that you can go. And then there are those where you're more proactive. And that's like the services, freelancing, where you're doing work on sites or apps like Shipt and Grubhub and Postmates. You're making deliveries, you're doing rideshare, things of that nature. And so those are different avenues you can go in order to make money online, make money with various sources of income, and you can continue to do those and get into them, and they all have different benefits. One of the upsides now, particularly for what we were able to do in California, is with Prop 22. If you're signed up for Uber, for instance, Uber has some great incentives for you, and those incentives also allow you to earn different credits and go into different areas and different levels where you can get benefits. And that's not something that's usually attached to the gig economies when you consider quote unquote benefits. And so these are not the same as employee benefits, but this is coming a long way in the market of freelancing. And then you also take into consideration something that's a little different than affiliate links or referral links. And so if you're engaged in a gig or side hustle that allows you to share referral links, and you refer someone and they actually sign up, join for instance, DoorDash, and you get them to sign up and they sign up and join your program and they actually accomplish certain tasks, you earn from that. For instance, the same thing happens. I have a golf blog, and on my golf blog, I have a referral link 90% of the time for golf, uh, a golf box that you order about a month. And guess what? I get discounts if I want to order myself because of the number of referrals that actually sign up and subscribe for the golf blog. And so these are different things that you can do and you can check out. And I definitely say check them out because they can increase your income. This is the issue. If you have multiple sources of income, then you're not dependent upon a single source of income. And so think about it. Everything from referral links to Google AdSense, or even utilizing Google ads, those things actually pay, and they may not pay a lot, but based upon the volume of people you have coming to your site, checking out your videos, things of that nature, you can increase your volume of income. And so let's talk about that. Let's talk about volume, right? Volume is actually, let's think about it in the terms of numbers. Volume as far as quantitative, right? And so think about it as if you're working for one site, right? Let's say you're freelancing and you're writing articles and you only write for Medium. And then you find out that there are 3 other sites that pay competitively. You can spread your wealth, for instance, and write across those 3 sites. And if one pays weekly, one pays at the time of submission or acceptance, and another pays at the time on a bi-weekly basis, then you have income coming in, various sources at different times, and you've increased the volume of what you have. So you've increased the volume of it. So you do more. You go across different sites. Variety. You might write for someone. You might do something technical as far as tasks. You might do surveys. You might review products. Okay. That's increasing the variety of what you do. Don't be limited and be a one-trick pony. Increase the variety of what you do, and that should increase your income opportunities. If you're just doing one thing, your level of expertise still should allow you to do other things. If you're making YouTube videos, how come you're not doing e-courses? If you're doing tutorials, how come you're not doing an ebook about it? If you're doing, e-courses, how come you're not sharing a product or a service or a coaching program that can help somebody, and that increases your variety, right, of what you've got going on. And then value. If you're still, hustling, $5 here, $3 there, writing for content meals, that's not going to match up with someone who's doing a Instacart order for $19, or someone that's doing a ride share for $15. You'll have to do 3 times the amount of work that someone has to do for another aspect, or someone who's selling downloads on Etsy at, $10 a download. You're not going to have the same competitive advantage as someone who's charging more. So look at the value of what you have and what are competitors or like products selling for, or like services selling for. Increase the value, increase the amount that you charge based upon what you see going on there. And then venues. Like I said, there's no limit to who you can work for in the gig economy because you're a freelancer. You're open. It's wide open, and you can definitely check out working for Uber Eats and working for Grubhub. You can do Instacart and do DoorDash. You can do all these different things and still, do online surveys. There's no limit to you. You can teach English online. There are different things that you can do. And out of all this, utilize that to your advantage and leverage it. And my point is, double down on what works and, decrease on what doesn't work. Find your fit. That's the best thing I can tell you, is to find your fit. And so here's what I want to do. I want to spend the next week comparing what I'm able to earn online with what I have with e-courses, Patreon, with YouTube, with blogs, with podcasting. I want to compare that to what I'm able to earn with delivery services like Shipt, Instacart, DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber Eats. I'm not going to do the rideshare thing right now because, this whole, COVID thing just has us in another place. But I want to look at those and compare them. And here's how I want to compare them. And I want to compare them honestly. First and foremost, which of these has a higher earnings potential? One, short term. How can I make quick cash? How can I get something in my account that same day, that same week, within 2 weeks, right? Which has a higher earnings income potential short term, and then which has earnings potential long term, which is that passive income, and also that ongoing income. So if I set up a subscription, right, subscription service, then I should be able to count on money coming in not only with that initial subscription, right, but if I have a monthly subscription, then I should count on that income coming in monthly, right? And so that's another aspect. And so I want to balance those two out and see which is falling into what area. I also want to match up where the effort is versus the earnings. What's that ratio? I think for me as a writer, there's less effort in me writing an article than it is for me to get in the car, shop in the store, bag up somebody's groceries, and deliver them and get paid. But let's find out. Let's find out what the effort versus the earnings ratio is. And then how much am I really making? And with that, and what does it take to do that? And how much expenses are related to that? If I'm writing an article, it's just time, right? It's time and energy. And research. If I am making a delivery, that's gas, that's auto maintenance, and car insurance, things of that nature that are underlying things that also need to be paid. And so I want to check that out. I want to check that out and come back with a comparison of that, and then point out what's the best option, for my current situation, right? I'm taking a class online, looking for another job, things of that nature. And so I want to make sure that I maximize the flexibility I have and still handle my responsibilities. To go along with that, as I said before, find your fit. What's the best option for you? And then that helps me identify where should I double down my efforts? Where should I begin to say, okay, instead of a 50-50 ratio, I might need to go 70-30 and do 70%, deliveries and 30% online, or vice versa, whatever it might be. But I need to find that fit so that I can look at it and say, hey, this works for me. This is helping me out with what I got going on and what I'm trying to do. And as I do that, I can begin to say, all right, this has been, practical. This has been something that works for me. This has been something that will fit for me. And if I do what fits for me, then I can do more of it and increase the volume of my income. overall, there's no ceiling, there's no end to the upside potential that I have with earning income. But I also know that there is a limit to the energy and effort I can make. And so I'm going to go through over the next week tracking, what's the entry level of difficulty. Some writing sites make you take a writing test or provide a writing sample and get approved. Uber and other sites have background checks that you have to go through and be reviewed and things of that nature. And so taking it from this weekend and coming into next week, I'll be able to give you some data, and then we'll follow it up with some more data on what I'm able to find out and how this has helped me, and hopefully how it can help you with increasing your income in this gig economy. Remember, the upside is the flexibility. The upside is the potential income, short-term, long-term, as well as ongoing income. The upside also is the frequency of the income. It could be the same day. Uber allows for you to download payments multiple times a day, while others pay you weekly, and others will pay you on a monthly basis, right? That's just how different sites and different apps work on this basis. And so I'll be able to give you the data, let you see with some visuals, some comparisons of the time, effort versus the gas and other things that are expenses related to getting it done, as well as, hey, is it worth it? Is it worth your time to write an article for 30 minutes and you're only getting paid $2? Or could you spend that same 30 minutes, write another article, submit it, and you make $2 every 2 days based upon those that view the article, those that like the article, and things of that nature. There are all different options, all different ways to play the game. Let's get into this. This is what I'm going to do for the next 2 to 3 weeks, and I'll be able to get back to you next week with the first installment of how this goes and how this plays out. And I definitely will be sharing along the way different links to different programs you can get involved in. Some of them will be referral links. Some of them will be affiliate links. Some of them will just be links with just information. But, view it, check it out, see if it's something that fits with what you're trying to do. And let's see how this works out. Hey, this has been Coffee and Chat with Rev Bruce. I want you to have a good day. Be good to yourself. God bless.